Good evening, everyone. Give me a few minutes to get set up and give more people a chance to join us, okay? So let me go ahead and get this live properly set up. This is a very, very interesting podcast. This was not a planned subject, but my God, it just fell in my lap, to be honest with you. Hold on, let me finish getting set up here so I can get as many people inside as I possibly can, because this is a very, very interesting subject and kind of like a very, very serious subject. And I'm hoping one of my special guests join us so that he'll really make this thing pop off. You hear me? But anyway, I hope everybody had, all my friends and family, I hope you guys had a good day today. I hope you had a prosperous day. Nothing went horribly wrong for you. Hold on, let me continue to try to get this set up. There's been so many people asking me what the subject is, what the topic is. And all you truck drivers, man, you definitely, because a lot of y'all are victims and people play on y'all and you don't even know it. So this is very, very informative when it comes to truck drivers as well, because a lot of groups that are formed, a lot of these private groups that are popping up on Facebook, um, target specific groups for specific reasons. And I'm going to share with you an experience I had on a group this week that was just crazy, man. It was crazy. Of course, it had to do with females and males and relationships and things like that. So I'm going to tell you how I gave my particular perspective and how I guess certain individuals um, must have, in my opinion, apparently took it personal. So anyway, let me continue to get this thing set up, man. You don't want to miss this because this was crazy. But this is a platform where people are supposed to be able to speak out. People are supposed to be able to feel safe. If there's an issue that happened, then people are supposed to be able to tell their side of the story. That's the whole point in having this particular platform. So hold on, I got to finish getting this thing set up, man. What's up, Big E? Glad you could join us, man. I knew I could count on you, brother. It's one of my old friends from my old hometown. Sometimes you can't pop off and mess with everybody because you don't know who people know. You don't know what their connections are. You don't know how they live. You don't know how they move. So you can't just slide the same way with everybody. It's best if when it comes to handling yourself, man, it's best to just I found it's best to just stay in a safe space when it comes to dealing with other people, because at the end of the day you don't know who's who and you don't know what. We living in a society that's crazy right now. So, you know, it's best to play everything safe. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started and tell you what this whole thing is about. All right, y'all ready? Let's see here. Hold on. Let me check one more thing. I want to make sure this is accessible to everybody. Oh, I sure need it. Hold on. I got to tag my girl Bird. I got to tag her if I don't tag nobody. Cause I know she might be working right now, but I know she has an opinion about what I'm about to say, even if it hasn't personally affected her. All right. So before we begin, I got to do some legal stuff and give a personal legal disclaimer. So before we begin, I want to make something very clear. Okay. This episode is for educational and public awareness purposes only. Okay. Everything I share today is based on my own personal experience, opinion, and observation. Okay. I am not accusing anyone of a crime unless already proven and publicly documented. I have taken care to comply with, the laws of the land. All right. Now that I got that out the way, so we all know this is for educational purposes, and it's to serve the public interest. Okay, because this topic affects a lot of people. It could potentially. All right. Now, and to me, Facebook got to do better about protecting content, about protecting people's privacy, and being able to even do something about it when your privacy and your rights are breached on Facebook. Man, it's like trying to find a needle in the haystack when you're trying to make things right, or when you're trying to protect your name, or when you're trying, if you've been done wrong by someone on Facebook, a group on Facebook, a page on Facebook, you will catch literal hell trying to make that situation right, while at the same time they're just blasting your name and defaming your character. Well, I had an experience, and this experience started, I think, on the 30th of June. Okay. Now, if you know me, I'm good at matchmaking. That's one thing about me. I have connected foreigners with Asian women that were good fits. And what I mean by that is I had friends who knew friends who would come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a husband. Hey, I'm looking for a wife. Do you know any good men? Do you know any good women, such and such? I'm ready to settle down and I want me a life partner." Now, I've always been bad at relationships myself, but it seems like I've always been, pretty decent at, you know, matchmaking and helping somebody else find their true mate. I did that for my brother. I met a girl in Pampanga, and I instantly, when I met her, I said, "You the perfect person for my brother." And she thought it was a joke. So I got her information, it gave him her information. They started communicating back and forth. To make a long story short, she's married. She's in the United States. She's doing good, got a good job, vehicle, able to send money back home to her family. My brother treats her like the queen that she is. So it's all good. Then my best friend, I introduced him to a female here in the Olongapo area, and they hit it off, man. And before you know it, to make a long story short, he married her, moved her to the US. She's doing good. They have assets. They have built, trying to build wealth together. So it's all worked good, man. Like I say, I'm pretty good at matching people with people. But what I suck at sometimes is my own relationships. But I'm learning how to, you know, I have learned over the course of this past couple years how I had to change a few of my ways. I was always a good man, but I was so focused on work, so focused on other things that, as a man, sometimes we take other things for granted. So I'm 54 now. It took me 52 years to learn, or 51 years to learn. Some of us learn late. So let me get right into the experience I had, right? So I'm involved in a lot of groups because I do a lot of networking and I love matchmaking. I have people all the time pick up the phone, text me or call me, "Hey man, my good friends, people I know. How you pull that off, man?" When they're talking about some of the women I've dated, they get intrigued by it. They see what I have dated in the past, and they know it's pretty hard to find a woman like that in the US sometimes, So they call me and say, because they know I know a lot of people, and say, "Hey man, find me a good woman." And it's in a respectful way. So I do it. So now I joined this private Facebook group, right? uh Called, and you can go on Facebook and find them. It's a private group. They have about 115,000 members. It's called Asian Women and Black Men Relationships. Not relationships. Asian Women and Black Men Relationship. So I'm in this group. I never post, I never comment, I never really pay attention because I'm in a lot of groups, a lot of trucking groups because I'm in logistics. I'm not a truck driver, but I'm still in the logistics industry. So anything affecting a truck driver, any type of group they're in, I'm generally I'm generally in that, okay? And I see a lot of y'all ain't got no business in trucker groups, some of my friends, but y'all be in it because y'all be trying to see what them females look like in them groups. But that's okay. I ain't mad at you about that. Anyway, I joined this private Facebook group called Asian Women and Black Men in Relationships. In relationship. So I should have known something was off. I should have been of the opinion that something might be off. But at first glance, it seemed like a positive space, right? A community for cultural exchange, support and connection. So one thing about me, I'm for everybody. Whether you're white, black, green, blue, or yellow, anybody that knows me will tell you I'm fair across the board. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. If you black and you're wrong, I ain't siding with you. It's just like that. But I have always supported my own culture because I have considered my story, even though I have fallen on my face and had to pick myself back up several times. I consider myself a success story because of how my family and my parents and people raised me. So at first glance, this group seemed like, it was okay, but the longer I stayed, the more troubling patterns I began to notice. So, and I'm and check this out. This has to deal with Asian women and black men. That's the name of the group. So Asian women and black men. Okay. Number one, there were strict rules about secrecy. So in their rules and their bylaws, you can find this Facebook group on Facebook right now, and you can't just join. When you click join, it's going to come up with a bunch of bylaws and rules that you have to agree to in order to join this particular Facebook group, right? And one of the main things you have to do, you have to damn near promise that you're not going to share uh, any uh, information that's in the group with uh, anybody outside the group. So whatever happens in the group stays in the group. Like whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You can't share nothing. You can't, you know, do any of that. Look, let me hold on. I put you in the group, big dog. You can't hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, all right, man. I got a lot to say. You better be able to hear me. And that's I'm glad you joined me, bro, because I got to get your opinion on this. Like the name of this podcast is correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Hmm.
So if I'm wrong, though, please correct me. But let me tell you what my thinking is. So let me back up. Let me explain to you and start from the beginning. Did you hear what I had to say in the beginning?
I did. I was tuned in.
Okay. Okay. So I joined this private Facebook group, all right, that kind of narrowed it down to Asian women and black men. All
Hmm.
right. And I'm for my culture, so cool. I ain't got no
Right.
problem with that. I'm trying to see what's up because, you know, uh, I'm just trying to see what's up. Anyway, so when you're trying to join this group, you can't just click join. You got to read all the bylaws and agree to everything. And one of them is secrecy. You can't say anything that goes on in the group. You can't share photos. You can't do nothing. All right,
Right.
including including screenshots or anything else. And while that's not uncommon in private groups, what bothered me was why this rule existed. You know,
Hmm.
it,
Right.
it
What's
didn't.
going on?
In my opinion, they weren't focused on safety. It seemed to be about control,
Hmm.
controlling the information that filtered to the group through the group to make sure it stayed in the group. Now, if you look on Facebook right now, you can find this group. They have 115,000 followers. Okay.
Hmm.
And so, sometimes when you build up your following that strong and that big and that loud, you think you can do anything and say anything to anybody. You know,
Right.
you hear that rain?
Yeah.
Do you hear that
It's raining
rain? Man, it
hard.
is, boy, look at here. It's
It
thumping
might
over
be
here
my
right now.
background.
No, it's all
Uh.
me, bro. But anyway, I should have known something was wrong when they targeted certain ethnical groups, Asian women, black men. But I didn't pay no attention. That ain't my thing for me, because you see other groups like that, Asian women that like white men, or white men looking for Asian women. You see that all the time.
Right.
So I'm thinking, this is a pretty decent group. This is a chance, in my opinion, to network. And basically, I wanted to hook one of my homeboys up who has been trying to find a good, decent woman for the longest. Okay.
Right.
So let me tell you the patterns of concerns I saw, big dog.
Mm.
Okay. So in my
Yeah. Lay it
opinion,
on.
some of what I was seeing on this site, in my opinion, now bordered on exploiting women, basically,
Hmm.
and preying on men. Now that's all my opinion, but that's the consensus I come to after looking on this page and after reading hundreds and hundreds of comments. Okay.
Right.
uh Now, I'm not saying that these groups are engaged in any type of criminal activity like sex trafficking. That would require for Facebook to come in and investigate the group. That would
Hmm.
require, the police saying, okay, I'm taking a look at this because something is wrong. But what I am saying is that from my personal experience, some of the behavior, and not just that group, other groups, borderline on grooming tactics,
Hmm.
manipulation, content control, and emotional control. And especially, let me tell you something, man. It's a target, in my opinion. It's a target on Asian women, and it's a target on foreign men with resources. Okay.
Right.
Some of
So
these
it's
groups have
ticking all
figured,
the wrong boxes.
yeah, some of these groups have figured out how to bring those two things together and make money. So what happened, man? There was a post somebody posted in this site. And the woman was damn near naked, bro. I didn't join a group to look at naked women. I didn't join. I
Right.
go to Pornhub, or if I'm in that kind of mood, I can go to any pornography site and be like that. But that's not my thing. I don't do it. So
Right.
you
Right.
know. But anyway, so the problem arose. I wasn't in the group. You know how at the time it came down my news feeds,
Hmm.
and it blew me away because in the bylaws of this particular group, bro, one of it is how you can't dress, how you can't talk, how you got to move while you're, communicating inside the group. So I'm thinking to
Hmm.
myself, okay, this is a pretty clean and cool group to be in, bruh. So when I seen a half naked female, I mean, bruh, it was nothing to the imagination, I promise you. She just had on some drawers, and she wasn't a small girl, so everything out,
Mm.
you know. And I'm
Hmm.
saying to myself, it disturbed me because first of all, I didn't think this was that type of site.
Right.
And the more I got to checking and investigating, a lot of the admins on the site were Americans, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I see, it's primarily Asian women coming on here, and some of the Asian women really want a good man. They're trying to join these different sites, bro, to find a good man, right?
Right.
And then some of them are on these different sites, man, and they target truck drivers. Maybe not this particular
Ah.
site, but a lot of site target truck drivers. And if you targeting truck drivers, you targeting my people, you targeting my community. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And
So
since
you.
I have And since I have been to Asia, I've been to China,
Hmm.
Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, Vietnam. So since and spent time in these places, Xiamen, Beijing, Shanghai, since I've spent time in these places, I have come familiar with the culture and how they what how they view life, period. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
So
I'm with you.
if I see an Asian woman half naked on a site that I'm in, I know something ain't straight up because I know for the most part, I could be wrong. Now, this show is called Correct Me If I'm Wrong. Am I wrong, bro, in what I'm thinking?
No,
You
I can
know the
see.
culture of Asian women. Now, do
Yeah,
Asian women post naked pictures online? Yes or no?
not on average. I would say that on average, you would not find Asian women doing this. It'd be an outlier, to be quite honest.
I'm
So,
talking
I
that's
mean, I see the red flags. Yeah.
I'm talking about culturally as a whole.
No, no.
The answer is a big no.
Right.
And,
No,
and if
not at
you
all.
say yes, in my opinion, you don't know anything about this culture. Okay,
Hmm.
so I'm gonna comment. You know me, that it came down my news feed. It was bothering me, bro. I
Hmm.
was minding my business, going about my day, and this half naked ass woman come down my news feed.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna address that. I'm gonna address it because she's, in other words, and they always saying stuff like when with the pictures, like you know, uh, let me go to this exact picture and I can tell you what it said. I can't reveal the picture or nothing like that, but I can
Right.
give a generality of my experience with the stuff I saw. Okay.
Well, I mean, even without seeing what you saw, just hearing you talk about it, seems like yeah, all the red flags were popping up, and it sounds like it's geared toward a certain demographic or a certain audience, and it sounds like they're throwing bait out. Trying to get like not mail order brides per se, but trying
They
to
trying
set
to get
something up
money,
like that.
dog. They
Right,
trying to get
right,
money at the end of the day. They trying to get these brothers money. And when you saying black men, and then you start focusing on truck drivers and other things like that, okay, you focusing on me.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And like one of these pictures, this girl, she's like got her legs sit in a funny way, where she want your imagination to start running wild. And she
Mm,
says, let's share some sexy vibes while keeping it uh Facebook guideline friendly. Um, have a fabulous day, sexy squad. You know,
hmm.
and she got her legs sitting a certain way where you can just, imagine yourself doing this, that, and the third. And I be
Right.
trying to tell these brothers, man. So I posted a post that said, if you see a half naked woman with her ass cheeks out, that ain't wifey material.
No,
I said,
nah, nah.
I said, I said, uh, I said, that's not the culture here as a whole. And that girl is 9 times out of 10 after your money.
Hmm.
And man, what the hell I want to say that for? Now, it had to be over 500 comments off that one post I did.
Of course, thirst
Okay.
traps.
It
Yeah.
had to be over 500. Now, all the likes and comments from the brothers, from the Asian women, I probably had about 4 or 5 people out of all of them that did not agree with what I said.
Hmm.
Everybody else was like, damn right, bro. Everybody else was like, saying that's the kind of world we live in now. Everybody else was like, yeah, man, you right 100%. All the
Yeah, sign
likes,
of the
all the heart.
times.
Yeah. All the likes, all the hearts was agreeing with me, right?
Hmm.
And the admins just, bruh, came after me. You would have thought I had just robbed a bank. You would have thought I had just slapped a mama. Bruh, they came after me. So let me tell you what they did. All right. This is gonna
Right,
trip you out. Now, this is supposed to be a private Facebook group where nothing in the group goes outside the group, right?
right.
Let me tell you what these mofos did. This part is not opinion. This is a definite fact as far as this particular act that they did. So they went on my person when I made that comment, what they did, because I guess in my opinion, somebody took it personal. It started with one of the admins taking it personal, like I was talking to her. I was like, ma'am, I don't even know you. I'm just
Mm.
talking in general. If a woman is showing her ass on Facebook, she ain't wifey material, point blank.
No, that's real.
I, di-
Come on
I didn't
now.
say, dog, I didn't say she wasn't a good person.
Right.
I didn't say she
Well,
wasn't.
9 times out of 10, she ain't a good person. But sorry to cut you off, but I get what you mean. What? Why is she tripping though?
Bro, she was tripping like I was talking about her directly.
Mm.
I didn't notice broad like that. So
Oh, so she's one of the
one of
admins of the
she's
page.
one of the admins of the page. Now
Oh, okay. I see what's happening.
She has Asian in her now. If she's full blood, I have no idea. You know, they call us half half here
Mm.
in Asia when you're not full blooded. But
Right.
she's Asian. So
Gotcha.
but she like brothers.
Yeah. So if
So
she's admin on the page, yeah. Sorry, it seemed like I keep cutting you off. If she admin on the
oh
page,
good, because you know
then
I'm
it
hyped
seems.
up about this. You know I'm gonna talk my ass off. So go ahead.
So yeah, it seemed like she got a dog in the race. Then you know she might be tripping because she's part of the admin. This page is set up for a certain reason to get that money, and you representing a threat to that. You feel
Bruh,
what I'm saying?
my daddy always told me a hit dog
Will
will
always
holler.
holler. Yeah, for
A
sure.
hit dog will always holler. Bro, I was not even talking to this female. I didn't even know who this female is. And bro, she came out of the woodworks going all at me. I'm like, ma'am,
Mm.
if you half naked and you showing it on Facebook, you don't belong to nobody. You belong to the streets.
The
You belong to
streets.
everybody.
The streets.
And you can't tell me otherwise, man. Look, man, I done been with, bruh, this ain't no lie. If I tell you how many women I've been with in my life, I always talking about it because
Yeah, I recall.
I had been out there at one time. So once I calmed down, once I start getting, you know, Christ in my life the way I was supposed to, all
Hmm.
that just went away.
Right.
But dog, this broad came after me, right? So this is the deal breaker. Let me tell you what one of the admins personally did. Now it's about 9 or 10 admins. Black, one of them, a lot of them black. One of them is a car because his profile picture is a damn car. So I can't tell you if he white, black, or whatever. You know, they always say, don't trust somebody's profile picture if it's a
Oh,
car,
yeah,
a
he ain't got
dog,
his
or a cat.
face on. Yeah,
Exactly. So
they hiding
anyway,
some. Well, I mean, let's be real. Like, let's be adults, right? So that
let's be adults.
that's gonna stand if you are out there showing your ass. I'm sorry, are we censored here? Words we
No,
can't say.
no, bro, you ain't said nothing derogatory. You ain't said nothing nasty. It is a
All right,
ass.
right.
It is a
So
ass looking
if
at me in my face on my news feeds.
right. If you out there as a female, you got your ass and titties out, you are gonna get validation, you are gonna get attention, but it's the wrong attention. Let's be honest. Use myself as an example. If I see a fine woman and she got her ass and titties out and the cakes is out, I'm gonna look, I'm gonna pay attention. I ain't too thirsty, so I ain't gonna trip too hard about it. But yeah, you can always get attention that way and get banged, but you ain't no wife. I'll say that. I will tell a female straight up, hell yeah, I was liking what I saw, but I ain't trying to marry you.
I'm not trying to take you home to my daughter because she can go on your
Right.
Facebook page and see you
And
with
see
your
that.
ass out. And then my daughter will kill me. She'll be like, Daddy, what the hell wrong with you? You taught me better than that. And you with a
Right.
woman that
And
do that?
you out doing the same?
Oh
Come
man.
on now.
My my daughter think I done lost my damn mind if I bring a woman like that home. And that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I was saying. Look, I'm not saying I'm better than nobody else. I ain't saying nothing. All I was saying basically, y'all stop showing your ass here on Facebook where if you got a boyfriend, his homeboy know what your ass look like.
Nah, hell no. That's just I don't roll
You're
with
not
cats like
finna know
that,
what my girl look like unless
No,
you been
hell
with
no.
her.
Hell no. And,
So
and in my opinion, the way I am, once I meet, if I'm introduced to a female as this is my girl, this is my woman, they, I just don't see them like that no more. That's the home girl. That's it. I don't want to
Eric,
see nothing. You know what I mean? But
my homeboy in my hometown, Eric, am I wrong? If y'all in my hometown, you know now I listen to y'all. I listen to y'all. I grew up with y'all. If I'm wrong, y'all tell me I'm wrong, and I'll be like, okay, all right, you might have a point there. I'm wrong. You know,
No, the
I always
point is
listen to
though,
my people.
any female that's posting like that is for a certain reason. It's a thirst trap. Either you trying to get people to an OF page, you trying to get people thirsty cats to jump on and spend money, send money, etc. There's only one road that type of post is going to lead to, guaranteed.
And bruh, all they had to do was see the post. If you like it, the post I made. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, let it go. Let it
Right.
go. You ain't got to. But we live in a council culture now, bruh. That's why Democrats. That's why Democrats lost this election.
True.
Let me tell you why. Because we in a council culture, as far as if you speak up for yourself and you don't go with what's going on and you have an opinion about something and you voice
Yeah.
that opinion, bro,
They're
they
going to
trying to
try to
counsel
cancel
you.
you.
They
Yeah.
trying to counsel you. They gonna dig up information on your mom. They gonna go
Mm,
out there and find you 2 months behind on your car payment. They gonna call your house note. They gonna try to counsel
yeah.
you, bro.
They're going to try to get you out of there.
And that is the very culture that we live in, man. Hold on, I might have a call from a caller, bro. Hold on.
All right on.
Let me see what this is. This might be somebody calling in because they have the ability to call in. So hold on.
That's dope. I need to try to do that. I see the number too.
Hey caller, if you was just trying to call in or voice an opinion on the show, can you post a comment? All you got to do is post a comment on the feed and I'll see your comment and then I can engage in conversation with you like that. So if anybody got an opinion, you're welcome to post it on the comments and let's go from there. If anybody in this group Asian women and black men relationship got a comment. If you saw because there was a lot of people commenting and there was a lot of people backing up those admins. So if you got a
Hmm.
comment, let's get it out in the open now. Let's get it out in public. I will respect your opinion. Nobody's going to bash you. I don't curse anybody. So let's go with it like that. But getting back, but I feel like stuff like this exploits Asian women. I really do
It does. It
because
exploits Asian women and black men.
it's for
It's completely exploitative.
and we just as dumb sometimes as black men. We dumb as a bucket of paint, bruh. We don't see it coming. We
Yeah,
see this girl
true.
with her ass out, and the first thing we think about is that girl. And when the girl message us or get in our inbox, we have the audacity to think that that girl is really interested in us.
Right. Exactly. Is you got to remember, nah, man, that's a business. That's a business. Like I said, anybody, any female that's posting in that type of manner, it's business. It's gonna come back to money at the end of the day. She
I
might
don't
actually like
care.
you and your personality, but eventually it's gonna come down to, you know what, my rent is due, my light bill is late. It's gonna be some.
Dog,
It's gonna be
I
some.
could care less if you dress sexy. You got your legs out. You got, a little cleavage showing. You got your back out. You got tattoos. God bless you. I don't all us men love sexy women. I don't want no none. So I wasn't coming from that perspective. I took it as an insult because first of all, I'm in a group that says Asian women and black men.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking that you thinking my mentality is that low where you can post something like that. And I'm
Hmm.
gonna engage in conversation like that. And eventually, in my opinion, you're gonna ask me for something somewhere along the line. You're gonna ask me
Guaranteed.
about a phone bill. You're gonna ask me about a electric bill. You're gonna
Uh
ask
huh.
me about your kid got
Car
to get a
note.
uniform for school. You finna ask me for something, if not now, sometime later.
Hmm.
Because if
Guaranteed.
not, you wouldn't be showing me your ass and you don't even know me.
Hmm. That is,
So
yeah, guaranteed.
bro, I
It's
got
just
highly
gonna.
offended because it's like you thinking black men that damn dumb. That
Well,
all of us go for that.
let's let me be devil's advocate. So in that
Okay.
group, let's say there's X amount. Let's say 10,000 members in that group.
No, it's
Out of
115,000.
is 115 thing.
115.
All right,
They
so
up they are power now.
115,000. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is out of that 115,000, there's going to be some suckers. There's going to be
Yeah,
some
you
cats
do
that
you
bite.
reckon the sucker rate might be about 10%?
It's got to be higher than that.
You think so?
It's got to be higher than that. Look at now we're talking about social media, right? We're talking about the sign of the times, the cancel culture. It's not just females that fall for this social media thing. It's not. There's dudes that's on social media trying to keep up with the Joneses as well. So there's the sucker rate is high. It's high, brother. It's high. There's rare cats like
I guess you're
myself,
right.
yourself, that can look at it. Hey, that's a bad broad. I'd like to spend some time with her. And once I get that 1, 2, 3 hours time with her, and basically get my rocks off, I'm done. Because that's all she presented, right? This is just me talking. I'm talking about. I can't talk for nobody else. This is just
I
me.
understand you.
You
I
know what I'm
understand
saying?
you.
Because I mean, we ain't known each other too long, but I know you can tell that if I'm presented with a female that has her mind about her, and she's about building something, and about being chaste and honorable, I respond in kind. But if I'm presented with a chick that just throw her ass and titties at me, okay, as a red-blooded American Filipino man, I'm gonna jump on that and enjoy it for the time that I have it. But once it's done, it's done. I'm not going for the car note and the electric bill and all that. I got my own car note and electric bill to deal with. But like I'm saying, being devil's advocate, there's a lot of suckers out there. There's a lot
Man,
of
it
dudes.
it can't be a lot of black men that damn dumb. I refuse to think our culture cannot see through smoke and mirrors like that.
I mean, I
I'm
would.
talking about the when you start being third, now you can be dumb. You're allowed to be dumb up to 27. You can be dumb up until 27. But damn it, once you hit 27, you better stop that.
Yeah,
You
you
better
get your.
stop that. You better stop it. And you better learn something and do something, man. But check this out, bro.
Some
I got
don't though.
offended. I got offended really because I know how good of a culture these Asian women are. Now, I ain't talking about somebody that like to dress sexy. I'm not talking about that. I'm not
Hmm.
talking about girls that like to wear bathing suits. So y'all sisters don't come crushing me talking about I can wear what I want to wear. Is my body good? Me. I'm not talking about y'all. Y'all don't bother me. And if you make money for a living selling your body, cool. I have no problem with that. I have dated women that have made money for a living selling their body. That ain't no problem for me, believe it or not. That ain't my
Hmm.
issue. I have more respect for them kind of women than I do other kind of women because they all business. They'll tell you up front, okay, to be with me, it's gonna cost you 3K.
Right. Right.
And then after that, I'm probably gonna give you a fake name when we first meet. You pay me my money, we do what I gotta do, you go your way, I go my way. I got respect for women like that because you know what? Them the
It's
main
straight
ones
up.
ain't them straight up, and then the main ones that ain't on Facebook butt ass naked.
Right. Exactly.
They doing
Because
it
they.
for a business to survive.
Hmm.
And they ain't playing games with you. They ain't trying to fool you like they trying to be in a relationship with you. No, point blank when you go to that bar and you bar find that girl. Okay, what we gonna do? She gonna tell
Yeah.
you what we gonna
The
do.
lines
How
is
much
the
is it gonna
lines.
cost? She gonna tell you how much it's gonna cost. You want a short time, long time? She gonna tell you how much it's gonna cost for that short
Hmm.
time. She gonna tell you how much it's gonna cost for that long time.
Right. Right.
Y- You make that financial transaction and y'all go on and then you done. I'm talking about people that are exploiting Asian women, and not to say that this group is doing that, but in my opinion, groups tend to be borderline with that kind of activity. So they'll get these Asian women and they'll come up with all these bylaws and they'll act like the group is legitimate. And once you see the group, it ain't nothing but butt ass naked women, or it ain't nothing but women that leave very little to the imagination. You know, them are the ones that's always commenting, posting every 5, 6 minutes. Let me tell you something I seen. Like I be in a lot of groups, right? I seen the same Asian chick in a trucking group called Trucks World. Y'all know, I know a lot of y'all in my hometown in that group, and y'all don't drive not the first damn truck. And they be in there to be looking at them women, but that ain't none of my business. But she in that group, she in another group. Uh, And then I saw her in this group. So I'm like, okay, I see, and I know what that girl do. So I'm like, I see what time of day it is. But anyway, my boy Mav, he had to disappear for a minute, but he'll be back. Anyway, y'all, what got me was this. This naked girl come down my news feeds. I ain't in the mood to see that. So I just post a nice, very nice comment. Now, y'all tell me if this comment was nice or not. I thought it was nice. Okay. So hold on. Let me tell you what I posted. I thought I was being nice and respectful. If I wasn't, y'all let me know I was wrong about it. So I said, not to be a spoiler. I said, but if an Asian woman is on here taking ass shots and posting provocative pictures, you're headed down the wrong foxhole. What's offensive about that? I didn't curse nobody out. I didn't say no names, right? And then I said, that's not wifey material. That's my opinion, correct? I said that's not their culture. And overall, I don't think that's Asian culture. I said that chick want money and knows how to get it. I said I've lived here. I know the culture, and good Asian women primarily, would never do that, no matter what kind of money you put in front of them. So I was just making that opinion, and it seems like, guys, we live in a society today where if you stand up for something, they're gonna bash you. They're gonna damn near bury you. Okay, when you stand up to what's going on and you have an opinion that differs from theirs, they gonna kill you. Now,
Cancel culture, brother. Cancel
eh,
culture.
eh, bruh,
I'm
and
saying if you, sorry to cut you off. I'm saying if you're gonna
oh, you
be a
gotta cut me
voice
off
of
because I can talk. So you gotta
reason,
cut me off.
I'll say it. I don't mean to cut you off, but let me cut you off. So if you're gonna be the voice of reason in today's society, you gotta understand that you're gonna get a lot of backlash. Because wide and or narrow is the road of the righteous, right? I'm not trying to quote the Bible, I'm not a Bible beater, but
Man, we know that
uh,
word. Come on, me and you was raised in that word. We know that
yeah.
Bible. Now we
So
don't do what we supposed to do on a daily basis.
yes,
I'm
we
probably a
do.
bigger sinner than
Yes, we
anybody.
do. I'm a disagree with you on that one. So
No,
what we're doing right
no,
now, what we're doing right now
no.
is what we're supposed to do. We spreading the word, right? Well, I mean, that's a whole topic for another day or another podcast. But I get your point. But yeah, the road is narrow for the righteous, is wide for the wicked. So if you're going to be the voice of reason in today's society, and you're going to put out an opinion, and what you're saying makes sense, it makes complete sense. But you got to expect the backlash. Like I said, the sucker count is large.
Bro,
It's
I wasn't expecting
huge.
that. Now, like I said, most of the comments, it had to be over 500-600 comments. Most everybody was agreeing with me, bro. It couldn't have been no more out of all them comments than 10 people had something negative to say about my post. So I was killing them. I was killing them on their own platform, bro. I was killing them.
And that's what they don't like. I'm
So
saying you representing the threat. Yeah.
so this dude, his name, hold on, I can't think of this dude's name. But his profile picture is a car.
Mhm.
And I can't think of the dude's name. But if you go to this site, you can do all your research yourself. But this dude, man, let me tell you what he did. So he went on when I posted that, he went on my Facebook page and tried to find out who my wife was.
Oh man,
Let me tell you how this nigga did some of the most.
that's underhanded, man.
If he was on the police force and was a detective, he would have been fired on the spot for his detective work.
Mm.
So he goes on my Facebook, can't debunk none of my rationale or none of my words because I was speaking from an honest perspective. And I kept saying it's my opinion.
Mhm,
Just like,
mhm.
if you feel you got the right to show your ass on here, I feel like I have the right to say my
Say what
opinion
I want
about
to
the
say.
ass I
Right,
just saw.
right.
You know, you let me into this group. I didn't force my way in there. So he goes, this, I don't, like I say, I don't know if he's a nigga. I don't know if he's a white man. I can't tell you because he's a car. His
Right.
his profile picture is a car, so I don't know who I'm dealing with. He's anonymous as hell. That's another thing about these Facebook groups. Somebody will bash you under the title anonymous. But
Hmm.
anyway,
Yeah,
so
it's cowardice.
this guy goes on my Facebook, and I'm not gonna say this young lady's name, but they pass by all the pictures of this girl giving out thousands of I mean hundreds of shoes and giving kids free haircuts, and this girl all active in the community giving free food away, and they it's like 100 pictures on her page like that. Now they went on my page to find her, then went to her page. You understand
Hmm.
what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
is how
yeah.
they connected the dots, so they're gonna see who I'm posting about, because I never say on my page if I got a girlfriend, if I got a wife, or none of that. I never say stuff like that, you know,
Right.
because
You keep your relationship private.
if I
Right.
if I don't have one, they'll think something about me. If I do have one, they'll have something to say about me. So I don't never say what my situation is. But
Right.
anyway, they just assumed this person was my wife. So they went on her page, found one little picture of this girl in a dress.
Hmm.
Bro, a dress, a full body dress. But you know, this particular person got a lot of tattoos that I put on them that I paid for. So this person
Hmm.
has a lot of tattoos, and they had on a nice, classy dress, body
Hmm.
100% covered, but you can see some leg and a thigh. You can see a thigh sandwich. That's all
Hmm.
you can see. But do you know they took the time to screenshot, download, and post that page to this private group. Now, let me tell you something before you say anything. This person don't be on Facebook like that. This person ain't a part of that group. This person
Hmm.
ain't never posted in that group. So they went on this person's site, took her picture without her permission, without even communicating with her, and posted it on that site. But they didn't post it beside the picture where the ass was hanging out. They just posted it on the site and said, look at his wife. He got the
Hmm.
nerve to talk, look at his wife.
What?
Bruh, it was the most asinine thing you have ever seen. Because if you would have looked at that picture, you would have been like, what? There's nothing to see here.
Right.
So, bro, when I saw that, I didn't even flip. I was like, this, and I wanted to so bad. I wanted to change from my Harvard voice to
Hmm.
my
Code
ghetto
switch.
voice, to my
Right.
to my to my culture, to my real roots and culture, but I didn't. I kept it all business like. I says, okay. I said, and this dude even went to explain that his wife was dead. He said his
Mm.
wife, he said he
Oh,
was married to an Asian at one time, and she was a school teacher, but she had passed away. She was dead. Bro, I could have took the opportunity to take all kind of shots at her,
right.
but I would never in my life stoop that low to disrespect a female like that.
Right. And someone's already passed. Yeah.
I wouldn't do it if the girl was right there by his side and I knew who she was. I'm not finna disrespect nobody like that. He got offended because, in my opinion, certain sites exploit Asian women. They use these women
Of
to
course.
draw these men, these foreigners in,
Hmm.
okay, and to boost their pages and to boost the posts and to boost the members. Because if you see a pretty Asian girl and they post and you see a lot of pretty Asian girls and you see the word Asian women, black men, and you a black man and you thinking you can have one of them, you gonna join that group, right?
Hmm. Right.
So in other
Of
words,
course.
am I wrong for having the opinion that you exploiting these Asian women?
No, not at all. It is exploiting. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. It's just like it's like a big ass billboard saying, "Hey, come this way for Asian women." If you like, it's fetishizing. You know what I'm saying?
And see, these people ain't never been here. Some of these, most of these people, most of these guys, these black guys that join this group, ain't never been here. You don't date no woman over the internet. That's number one.
Nah,
Don't do it. Don't do
nah.
it,
It's not a good
bro.
idea.
I know a whole dude dated a Asian girl in the town I was in. That dude, that girl had a whole husband and 3 kids.
Oh God
And
damn.
he didn't know nothing about it, and he was supporting her, sending her money, all kind of stuff. And the husband was in on it. Her husband was
Hmm.
in on it. And I'm like, and I be telling brothers, look, man, don't. It's all right to meet somebody online, but at some point before you send money, you need to hop on a plane and come over and meet that girl,
Right. Hold on. Let me
meet
use the
that girl's
bathroom real
family,
quick.
do what you
My
got to do,
bad.
man.
I'll be right
And
back.
that's what I'm trying to tell all my truck driving friends. That's it, because a lot of y'all are in these Asian, groups, and y'all trying to find these exotic women. And I ain't mad at you for doing it, because Asian women are the most beautiful, intelligent, smart, humble, just well raised, just have all the attributes that God could possibly give a woman. Okay. I'm honest to God, tell you the truth on that. You get treated like a king, where in our culture, you gotta sometimes, and I don't, black women, don't start on me. Don't start on me. I'm not putting y'all down. Please don't start on me. My black sisters, y'all queens to me. So don't start on me. Almost every woman I ever married was a sister, was a black girl. So y'all don't think I'm trying to put y'all down. But there's a difference. There's a difference. The majority of the women I met don't give a damn what that man looked like. They don't care. They don't care how old you are. They don't care that your beard ain't trimmed perfectly. They don't care that your hair ain't edged perfectly. They don't care nothing about the latest Jordans. They don't even know what the latest Jordans are. Okay? They don't
I'm
care nothing
dead.
about that
Yeah.
stuff. And they be some of the most beautiful women God has ever created. And they will and they most of them are all about you, all about your personality. It's all about you. How you going to treat them? How are you going to
Hmm.
help them better their life? How are you going to help them and put them in a position to better their family's life? They don't need your money to do it. They want to make their own money. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But these niggas over here in this Facebook group, in my opinion, crossed the line when they went on this group. They went on my page first. Then
Hmm.
they found who they
Oh,
thought
that's definitely crossing the line.
was my wife, then go jump on her page, then post her stuff to the group to make her. And man, I ain't gonna even tell you what they said about her, and don't
No,
even know
I
her,
can
bro.
imagine.
They damn near, in my opinion, was trying to pull extortion on me, man. It was like, if you keep on with this, you're gonna force us to post pictures of her with her clients.
Hmm. Well, it's childish, first of all, but yeah, it's a lot of people on the internet that hide behind that keyboard and think that anonymity gives them power. But looking up someone's IP address and therefore their physical address really is not hard. So yeah, you could run into real issues with that kind of shit. Me personally, I wouldn't do that, right? So that's what I'm saying with the amount of suckerism that's out there. Because there's a lot of cats that's fooled by the internet, fooled by the social media into thinking that they can live this kind of lifestyle, passport bros or whatever, and then fooled into thinking, oh, as long as I don't show my face and put my address out there, I'm safe. Uh, that's why they do stupid things like that. That's just come on now. If we were working in an office and standing face to face, 90% of what these cats do on the internet they would not do if they were standing face to face. You know that. That's just
Man,
ridiculous to do that.
look at here.
For them to go to that, come on now.
I'll die with the belief that the Asian culture is not like that. Now, this newer generation that's coming up, yeah, but the culture as a whole, y'all black men, y'all trust me, man. This Asian culture is not like that. I don't care what nigga tell you. He done been here and he done done that. He done been with the wrong female. That's all I can tell
Well,
you.
that's it.
He caught one that
That's it.
saw him coming, and,
Yeah,
and
and I fell into that trap. I'll use
you
myself
fell
as
in
an
that trap.
example. Yeah, man, I can't. I'm ready to admit my mistakes so I can own up to them and learn from them. But I fell
What you
into
do?
that trap.
No, bro.
He
What
said, "What
happened,
you
man?
do?"
What you do,
No,
man? What happened?
so I came to the Philippines. I was born here, but I was not Filipino by culture. I'm American by culture. So when I came here, I had that thought in my head: Asian women are different, and for the most part, they are. Even my mama told me this with my ex. It's just you chose the wrong one, and I'm will admit that. Yep. I walked into it thinking, you know, the Asian culture. This is what I expected. And
So
to be
did you meet
honest,
her online or did you meet her
no,
when
no,
you
no, no,
got
no.
here?
No,
Okay.
I don't do the online thing. But no, we met, we worked in the same office, et cetera, et cetera. Things blossom. What I would say is she had on an act. So this is one thing you do have to look out for. Because again, social media and the internet has people convinced. You know what I'm saying? They had this woman convinced that after me going through the courting ritual or whatever you call it, the courting and treating her right, I treated this woman like a queen, bro. 10 years, 10 years, I treated this woman like a queen. But at
Oh no,
some
man.
point,
I had to ask somebody about how you treated this girl, man. I don't know, man.
all right, you don't gotta take my word for it. I
So
appreciate that.
so let me ask you
I
this, because
respect that.
you always claiming like when you get in a relationship, you faithful. Is that the truth or
Right.
you just be be
Nah,
just saying stuff?
yeah, bro, that's the truth, bro. I'm telling you the truth, straight up. I am a relationship type dude. I like being in a relationship. One
Me too.
part of it,
Me too.
yeah. Let me lay it down. So one part of it is on the physical side. I like knowing that I'm in a committed relationship, one on one with one female, knowing that I don't got to worry about getting sick, catching no diseases, etc., etc.
I
That's
understand
one
that.
part of it, right?
I
And the
understand that.
other part of it is I like building with someone. I like building a relationship, building a future, etc., etc. I really like that. Now, if I'm not in a relationship, is a whole different story. Like I said, I give in kind. If a female come to me with her ass and titties out, and I get the sense that this is a transactional deal, and there's one. Let me separate that too.
Mav,
Let
you ain't
me.
supposed to be doing that. You know we was raised better than that.
I know I get it, but
You know that.
I get it, but and it's a long time now. It's a long time between
I
fun
feel you.
times,
I
right?
feel you. Now,
So,
see that I can relate to what you're saying because now, like I told you, I've only cleaned up my act for the past 2 years. But
hmm,
when I first landed a plane in the Philippines, bro, I went bananas.
of course,
I went
we all did.
bonkers.
We all did.
I had because I was walking. I never forget it, man. I was walking down the street in Angeles, and I'm going down Walking Street. Somebody always say, "Well, you need to go to
Oh,
Walking Street."
Fields, yeah.
All the girls on Walking Street. So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna go to Walking Street. You know why? Because I'm hard to please. I know I'm very picky. Even
Hmm.
though I'm a ugly black man, I'm very picky. I'm very picky from the feet on up. And I don't know why I'm like that when I ain't no Denzel Washington myself, but that's just how I am.
Man,
Anyway,
you ain't no ugly nigga now. Come on now.
oh, come on, man.
I mean, you ugly
Uh,
to me, but you ain't no ugly nigga.
so let me tell you what happened. So I'm going down Walking Street, right? And somebody should have warned me the way I be trying to warn these other brothers that that think I'm just speaking out and don't
Hmm.
know from experience. Okay, so I'm going down Walking Street, and man, listen, I'm just walking down. You know, it's bars on both sides, all down the damn road as far as
Right,
your eyes can see.
right.
So I'm going to just walk and take in the festivities, bruh. When I tell you, I had a girl pull girls as you walking down the street are pulling on your right arm. They pulling on your left arm. They saying, "Come with me." They saying, "Come
Hmm.
over here. Come over here with me." No, come inside with me. I want you to spend time with me. Bruh, and I am talking about drop dead, beautiful, gorgeous, drop dead
Hmm.
dimes.
And
Dimes,
they'll bend over backwards for you too.
bruh. And you know, I'm coming from the US. A ugly nigga like me ain't used. Now I always had a bad woman. Now I always did. All of my ex-wives and everything were beautiful women, but
Must be.
I wasn't used to having. You ever seen Rush Hour? I think it's Rush Hour 2 or 3, where
Hmm.
Chris Tucker walk into the room with all the women and he
Oh
say,
yeah, yeah.
"Ooh,
The
I
aquarium,
want you. I want you. No, I want you. I want you. I
and you
want
got to
you."
come.
And you got man, it's just like that. Those are no exaggerations. When you see these videos about things like that happening,
That's
Those
real.
are no exaggerations. That's real. That's life.
That's real. Yeah.
But those girls are working. They're trying to provide a living for their
Well,
families. They got whole families at home, some of them, you
well,
know.
that part too. I would say this though, even though they are working, you got to understand as you coming in as a foreigner, as a Black American, they look at you as a better life. They might not necessarily try to scam you. They could legit be like, "Hey, you are my shot out of this
Well,
type of
no, man. Most
life."
of them girls got whole families. They not trying to be with nobody. They just trying to do business transactions. You know,
Some
they
of
they
them,
enjoy they enjoy. Well, some of them do, but man,
some of
a lot
them,
of them is
because
just business for them.
bro, I've met girls in that situation that really wanted a real relationship. I've met both, right? I've met the workers and I've met ones that have said, "Yo, this is a better life for me. I'd rather just be with you." That's been told. Now, whether
But you
she
know what,
really meant it or not is a whole different thing.
man?
I never pursued it.
I have dated whole girls that have worked in bars like that. Let me tell you why. Because first of all, I ain't never like to be with nobody that's new to life, that don't know
Right,
nothing about life. That ain't never impressed me. That ain't never done nothing for me because I don't want to teach you. I need you to be able to add something to my life at this
right,
point in my life. I'm tired of
and,
teaching females for the next nigga, and when he get her, she's perfect. You see what
right.
I'm saying? I'm
Exactly.
tired of doing that. So I just that's just my I have a weird preference now, I guess. And say what you want, that's just a weird preference. But I have much respect for them girls, man, than I do the average individual because they are doing what they're doing, they're grinding and they not out there, they ain't nasty, they don't look like trash. They look better than the
Hmm.
average girl you see in the mall, in the street, anywhere. They don't, it's a
I agree.
business. They go to work, they clock in and they clock off, they go home. But I don't got all off subject. This dude, man, that's what they did, man. They went on this girl's Facebook page, they downloaded her picture and they posted it and they shot it out there like this girl uh got clients and I know what she does, she got pictures. I'm like, and I know you lying. I know for 100% for a fact you just fabricating, but they
Mm,
don't know I know that. They think I'm somewhere else when I'm actually
right,
somewhere else. So
right.
I just tripped off that, man. And I'm
It's a
telling
dumb move.
these, I'm sitting here, I'm doing this to tell these Asian women. Now I'm not saying they committed any kind of crime. I'm giving you my opinion about their ethics and their and what they're up to. But I'm trying to tell these Asian women, man, stop going on sites like that that's going to exploit you.
Hmm.
You girls are beautiful. Let a man love you and be into you for your mind, for what you can bring to the table. You do not have to resort to doing naked shots for no nigga or nobody else. Now, if that's what you like to do,
That's a different
you
story.
belong you belong to the streets. Ain't nothing I can say to you or do for you.
Yeah, right.
So,
Agreed.
but don't let a site manipulate you and what you see them doing and girls coming down that site, then you start doing it. That's not y'all culture. Y'all good, lovable, blessed people. I think I think some cultures have a favor of God more than others. I just think they do.
Hmm.
Uh
Yeah, well,
but
that's guaranteed. That goes
due
back
to
to the
their
12 tribes of the Bible.
yeah, due to their humble hearts and their
Hmm.
giving spirit, this is a giving Asian women for the whole. I'm talking about the culture as a whole. I know you got your outliers. I know you got your rough spots and all, but I'm telling you what I know. If y'all
Hmm.
want a good woman that's going to treat you like a king and that everybody in the world will envy you and be like, how did you get her? You must be paying for her. She don't like you. You too old. Come to Asia. And I tell you, you will be the envy of the world. You don't believe me? Go look at my brother's wife. She's a
Hmm.
dime. Go look at my friend's wife. She's straight. And bro, I hand found those girls for them. I
Hmm.
hand picked them. Bruh, stop. I'm telling you, especially if you're up there in age and you just settle down in life and you're ready for a change, come over, get you a passport, come on, take a trip. hit me up in my inbox. I know people, I know situations. I will give you all the information and advice I can give you of what to do, what not to do, you know, all of that stuff, man. And
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 stay off the social media.
stay off. Don't be trying to find somebody over the internet, man.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you can do. Cause
And
you
don't be
don't
trying to
shit. It could be a goddamn 280-pound man on the other side of that.
don't try to date nobody and you know you ain't coming over here. You
Right.
know you
Right.
can't come over here. You got a felony on your record and you can't come. Stop that. Stop it. Because
Yep.
you're gonna end up them girls, you're gonna be supporting somebody, and you're gonna be some of these girls you get their hopes and dreams of, and some of them be waiting on you.
Hmm.
They be waiting on you, true blue, just like they gotta go home to you. But y'all better stop turning to these Facebook groups for love and advice. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
some of them females belong to the streets. Not all of them, but some of them belong to the streets.
Well, I would say it's just my opinion. I would say if it's online, you meet them online. 95% of them is for the streets. 95%, and I'm including those sites that are um, presented through church, like couples for Christ. I'm not saying that you can't find real love there, but things like that. Even Jehovah's Witnesses have a dating site. But hey, you meet somebody online, you're just not getting the real person. You can't. The only time you get the real person is spending time with them in real life, where you could touch them, you could smell them, you get their pheromones. You know that old phrase, they got your nose open. That's the only time you really, and even then, you might not know. Like I said, in my opinion or my experience, my ex, it was good for a minute, and then shit flipped. It flipped. Social media, man.
Man, y'all
I
don't
can
be
tell you that
scared.
story.
Y'all don't be scared to speak out. If you're getting bullied or harassed on these Facebook groups because you have an opinion and they want to counsel you and they want to degrade you and post pictures of you, go on your there are things you can do, and I posted it in the description. And getting Facebook to do something is like pulling teeth. It's like pulling wisdom teeth.
Mm,
But there are things that can be done when these groups and these pages violate your privacy, when they defame you, when they do things like this. So I posted a lot of links. I hope they're helpful. Facebook on a lot of things are garbage. They trash about reacting and about
mhm,
doing something. But if this is happening to you, you know, and pay attention to these sites like this site. If I'm wrong, I want this group to get 50,000 more followers. The name of the
mhm.
group is Asian Women and Black Men Relationship. And unless they delete 100,000 pictures since I did this live, you're going to see what I'm talking about. They talking about orgasms. They talking about uh I can rock you all night. Who can stay up all night? Who the biggest? They talking about all kind of foolishness.
That
They
shit don't
talking
even
about all kind of
sound like
foolishness, man.
Asian women.
They
That
talking
sounds
about
like
things,
American women all the way.
man. I'm telling you, you go to the admin list, you're gonna see a lot of niggas' names. Now,
Mm,
one dude that's an admin, I gotta single him out. He was very nice to me. He did not defame me. He did not say nothing negative to me. It's only one of those admins that responded that was very nice to me. But that one that looks like a car, oh,
mm.
that nigga right there. Oh my God. You would have thought that I had personally talked about his mom, bro.
No,
He's the one
yeah.
that went on my page, found out who he thought was my wife, told the whole group that's my wife, and said, "Look at her." And then said she basically works in a bar right now. She's a bar girl. That's what he said. And
What the
she's got clients. I got pictures of her with her clients. I'm
dude?
like,
Without proof.
dude, it's not possible. She
That's what I'm
can't be in
saying.
two places at one time. It's not possible.
That's what I'm
It is
saying, man.
it is physically not possible. So what he was trying to do, he was trying to take a jab at me like I'm a hypocrite for saying what I'm saying when his admin up here posting nude shots and back shots.
Mm.
So, but anyway, man, I just wanted to tell people, these Asian women, don't let nobody exploit you for gains, for likes, for viewership followers to
Mm.
have black men uh, become members of a certain group, and for them to sell them things through their online presence, and for them to advertise and get sponsors because they got 115,000 members. Y'all Asian women, stop letting these groups use y'all. Okay, you're better than that. You are God's gift to this world. I know Asian women that are judges, that are nurses, that are doctors. I even know I was pleased to meet a few lady doctors. Asian, Asian people are some of the smartest people in the world and some of the
Oh,
most beautiful.
guaranteed.
Man, don't let nobody exploit y'all like that. And y'all brothers of mine, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Especially y'all truck drivers. Stop it.
Y'all
Stop it.
simping, man.
People know y'all got money, and these girls are joining these truck driving groups just to get y'all to pay their bills over here. And I know what I'm talking about because I have seen it. I'm not telling you something just because I heard it. I seen it. I seen it. Personally, I got friends that will take full-fledged advantage of y'all asses. I got female friends that will take full-fledged advantage of y'all and brag about it and talk about you like you one of many.
Hmm.
You are one of many, and you don't even know it because you think you spend it all day on the phone with this chick. You think you doing that, this, that, and the third. When that chick got another nigga over here that she ain't got to talk to but once or twice a week. And she got one over here that she slips and talk to when she can. Y'all
Hmm.
stop that, man. I be trying to tell people stuff and they think I'm hating. Oh, mind your own business. If you don't like it, don't say nothing about it. What, I'm just supposed to let my community get done like that? And
Hmm.
I know better?
Yeah, so I mean, there I know both sides of the gamut. I got homegirls that'll do you in, that'll hustle you if you're stupid, and I know genuine, solid females. I just ain't got one right now. But
Well,
eh,
since you saying that, I got a lot of Asian friends that are looking at this live a lot. So I guarantee you. So let me find you a good person, Maverick. Let me
uh,
find you one. I got you.
I ain't gonna argue with that.
Just don't
But
do it wrong now. Don't hurt her.
no, I'm telling you, I respond in kind. If she's coming straight and solid, then I'm gonna be solid. I'll be a legit partner. you know. But if I feel like I'm getting played, I ain't gonna play nobody. I just walk away from the situation. That's how I do. It's like this ain't gonna work out. But I'm not really looking. But if I meet a solid woman, yeah, I'll put my energy into that. But no permission. Oh, so we got people. I got partners stateside trying to join in on the live or view the live. It says that they don't have permission.
Oh man, they can do whatever they want to do, man. If they got an opinion, I want to let it be heard. If I'm
Yeah.
wrong, y'all tell me I'm wrong, and I will accept that wrong. If y'all think I'm wrong, tell me what it is, and I will accept that wrong, and I'll be like, you know what? I didn't think about it like that. I need to shut my mouth sometime because I don't know everything. I'll say that, but
Well, I didn't hear no wrong today. I disagree
you
on
said
the
today.
sucker
You
count.
said today. No, I refuse to believe it's that many dumb black men out there in the world. I refuse to believe that.
I hate to sound like I'm going against our people, but man, I'm telling you, social media got a lot of people fooled. The internet got a lot of people fooled. It's got a lot of people fooled.
Anyway,
Unfortunately, unfortunately. Now look at the picture that it's been up the whole stream. You're looking at this picture, right? This is straight up eye candy. Straight
but
up.
listen, now this picture, even though it's eye candy, I'm not offended by this picture at all.
No, it's
I'm
just
not
some people on
offended
the
by this.
beach.
You got two girls now. I know why they posted it, but to draw people's attention, oh, it's beautiful girls and it's beautiful men. But
Yeah.
this, if you get offended by this and say this is over the top, then you over the top. So nothing's wrong with this picture. But what trips me out is when you click to join this particular group, you got to answer a whole bunch of questions. You got to say that there's no nudity, you will not curse, you will not degrade no one else. You will not harass no one else. What is done in the group stays in the group.
Stays in the
You
group.
will not violate nobody's privacy. Yet the admins go on other people's site. download pictures and post them to their site
Mm.
when they get mad.
Yeah,
I
they.
want y'all to join this site just to see what I'm saying. It is no way they can delete all them pictures, and it will take them a month, 2 months to delete all the
Man,
pictures
let me
that's
see.
in the post.
It's
This go to it now.
it's
I
on
guarantee
Facebook.
you. I guarantee you, you'll find a girl in there with her ass out and a red pair of drawers on.
What's the name of it?
You see the name of it right
Black
there on the
Black
thing.
Black
I guarantee you
Asian
right now. Go to
women.
that group. You will see one of the admins with her ass out and in a red pair of drawers.
Ah, Asian women and black men.
Unless she deleted it, and she's too arrogant to delete anything. That's why I'm hoping people join this site and see what I'm talking about. They're too arrogant and too brazen because they have 115,000 followers to delete anything. But you can't mess with every nigga. You don't know who you messing with when you try to shame somebody and put
Right.
somebody down. Some people mind their own business and stay in their lane until you mess with them.
There's a grip of rules. You got to jump the hoops. You got to jump
Yeah,
them.
yeah. See if you can join though. Try to join. I think all
Fun.
you got to do is say yes to the rules, and then they may let you in right away, and then they may make you wait. I don't know, but all my brothers and sisters, I want y'all to join this group, get their viewers up. So right now it's at 115,000. Let's get it to 150,000, and then I want y'all to see what I'm talking about because they don't have the class enough to clean up their act. And if they do clean it up, then we've done something good, right? I'm not saying there again.
Yeah, I'm waiting on
This
approval.
episode is not about defaming anybody. I'm talking about a personal experience of mine that I can back up with evidence. And it's not about naming names, it's about my personal experience. And if even one person listens today and avoids a dangerous situation, if women can stop, if Asian women can stop letting different ethnicities and different Facebook groups and different things like that exploit them, I have done something. If my culture can stop letting people use them and think they just about and they can captivate their attention with a woman's ass, people will stop doing this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah,
That's my
it's
purpose, man.
it's definitely exploitative. I mean, Simeon Panda, I doubt is in this group, but he's there on the wallpaper, so it is
Man,
clickbaity.
I'm telling you, you get in that group, you get deep in there because I got the pictures to back it up. I now one thing about it, if somebody do y'all wrong, this is what y'all do. I don't put all the links in Facebook where you can report it.
Hmm.
Don't say nothing to them before you screenshot every single every single conversation first, every single photo that they posted, everything single thing that they said, because once they block you, all that information disappears. So let me tell y'all that first. Do your work. If you know you're gonna say something that's gonna offend that group and they're gonna retaliate against you, screenshot everything. Screenshot every single conversation and every single picture and every single defamatory thing they say about you. But keep your cool at the same time. Don't say nothing derogatory about a woman. Don't curse. Keep your cool. And then speak your piece and be intelligent with it. Because they're gonna block you. Because that's what they did to me. They kicked me off. They're
Hmm.
gonna block you. But at that point, you have all the documentation that you need to justify any response that you give. So but still do things legal within the limits of the law. Don't bash anyone in specific. As you can see, that girl with her ass out, I can tell you what her name is right now, and I won't tell it because I don't want, any type of retaliatory things to come to her. Even though when they posted this, when they went on this page and posted this picture of this girl, they posted her whole damn name, bro.
Hmm.
They posted her whole damn name for strangers to go on her Facebook and stalk her. And people is crazy now. People have
Yeah, that's
fetishes.
doxing.
Yeah, people have fetishes. It is a crazy, sick world we live in. So y'all stop letting these Facebook groups, my Asian women that I respect highly, stop letting these Facebook groups use y'all body, y'all beautiful skin complexion, y'all beautiful accents. Stop letting these groups use y'all like that, man.
Hmm. I guess I'm sharing the live. It's coming up as attachment unavailable for them. Stateside.
They may have blocked you too, and they don't even know you.
No,
They
no.
don't.
I,
They
I,
don't
was-
even
I
see your
was
information.
I was sharing it to the homies because they was
Uh,
asking for the link so they can jump in. But yeah, it's giving them attachment unavailable. But
it may
um,
not. I don't know. It may can't do it until this live is over with, and it's about to be over with. But I just want to say my disclaimer one more time. This is for uh, to provide public information. I think this article is of a public interest because too many groups. Not to say this group is doing that, not to say they're doing that. I can't prove that. I have no proof that they're legally exploiting anybody. I have no proof that they're engaged in any type of illegal activity. But be careful when you see ethnic divide. Asian
mm,
women, black men, be careful, okay? Be careful when you see stuff like that. It's a trap. It could be a trap.
mm.
It could all very well be a trap. And y'all black men, stop being stupid and dating women over the internet and sending them y'all money. Stop it.
Amen, amen, amen. Stop that shit.
Stop
Tripping,
it. Stop it.
twacking,
So
you twacking.
you got any last words, my brother?
No, I appreciate you inviting me on. That was a very good topic to discuss. Bring some
Don't you
light
wish
to
you
that.
had muscles like that nigga over there? Look at him, all them damn muscles.
That nigga got
Uh,
a what is that?
he
An
think
eight
he got
pack?
it. He
That's
think
what I'm
he,
saying. That's Simeon Panda.
they
He's
they pick a nigga that don't even exist. Where did they get these pictures from?
that's
Where?
he one of those fitness influencers. That's how I recognized him. That's his name, Simeon Panda. I know he ain't on this site, man. I know he ain't in
Are
this
they
page.
done stole somebody else's picture?
Yeah, stole somebody picture, put it up there. I mean, he built shit, but yeah, that is unrealistic.
All right, I think I've done my good
But yeah,
Samaritan
thanks for
work
having me on, man.
for my Asian culture. I love y'all. I will protect y'all and tell y'all the truth to the end. Be careful when you're trying to date these foreigners. Everybody you think is a godsend is not. Do your due diligence. If you have any questions you want to ask me, you want to ask Mav because we know what stateside is like. Drop a DM. Do anything. We will try to give you good advice and we will try to help you do due diligence on anybody.
Yes, sir.
To
Yes,
my
sir.
brothers that are truck drivers and everything else, man, ask me some questions. Ask me questions. I don't know everything, but I know something. Ask me something. And I'll tell you the honest to God truth. And if I don't know, I'll go try to find out. I'll try to find out who this female is. There's
Mm,
ways you can find out what she like, who her family like, what kind of record she got. Is she crazy? Is she psycho? Did she cut her boyfriend? You can find all that out.
mm-hmm. Got to do
All
your
right, man.
homework.
So you trying to tell me I wasn't wrong, right?
No, not at all. I think you on point, man.
All right, just
Niggas got
trying
to
to.
be told.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. All right, guys. That's all I got to say. I think I done talked enough for today. If stay off these Facebook groups, stop trusting these folks, man. These girls they ain't trying to do nothing with y'all. They just trying to make y'all money, get y'all money.
Mm,
So stop it. If they on there naked, stop it, bruh. Stop it.
mm.
All right. That girl probably got a whole husband in the next room
With a newborn.
with a newborn. So stop it, y'all.
Critical.
All right. And to Asian women and black men relationship, man, God bless y'all, man. God bless y'all. But y'all stop. Y'all need to stop with this council culture, man. But I forgive y'all. And that young lady that y'all did wrong and posted her name and posted a picture of her in that immaculate, sexy dress she had on with
That's
that beautiful
foul.
smile she has, she forgives you too. Okay. She forgives y'all. All right. Mav, anything else? I'm out.
I'm good, brother.
All
I'll see
right.
you next time.
All right. That's a bet. Y'all take care.
All right,
Peace.
one.